Hello everybody, so we're going to start with this wig tutorial, and we're going to start with the premium mesh dome wig cap. Okay, and I purchased from my local BSS, and then we're going to use some pre-threaded needles. You'll need this so you can make the wig faster. And then we're going to use the 1-pack hair Kima Master Top Grade Premium Fiber. This is a 1-pack solution. You only need 1 pack to make a unit. And please do not mind my canvas blockhead that is glue on it, okay? And my styrofoam head looked beat up too, so just excuse all that. Don't judge me, okay? All right, so this is the mesh dome cap on the canvas blockhead, as you guys could see here, and the T-pins are securing it down. And then we're going to start with the 18-inch hair. As you guys can see, I start with the longest and end up with the shortest. So this is 18 inches, and this is what the weft is looking like. Yes, the wefts are thin, and this is because this hair is basically synthetic hair. And this is how I start off. I start off at the end with the T-pins holding the hair, and this is just basically for me to be more organized while I am sewing down the wefts onto the wig. And as you guys know, I always start right here, and when I start, I basically sew through the material and not the elastic. Okay, I always show this part, and I try to get as close as I could, but do not sew through the elastic. If you do, then you will not have a wig that will be stretchable. Okay, you want to make sure that you do not sew through the elastic, because if you do, your wig will not be able to stretch. Okay, if you're scared to do this is your first time, I would suggest or recommend that you do not start right here. Start on the mesh dome cap itself, and then maybe later on down the line when you're experienced, you can do this. But I do this because I want to cover all bases, try to cover all bases of the cap, and just to have the hair over the cap a little bit more. So again, just make sure that you're not sewing through the elastic when you're sewing the wefts down, and make sure you're also securing the wefts down as well, basically like doing knots in between your sewings. All right, so again, I'm going to show you closer. Okay, well, it's the same, the same thing, and I'm basically going to sew through the material, taking the T-pin out, and I'm going to sew through the material. Again, this looks like it's pretty hard, but just try the best that you can. And I'm sewing through the weft because the weft is thin, but if this was virgin hair, I would not sew through the weft, because with virgin hair, the wefts are way thicker than this. So it's really up to you if you want to go over and under the weft, or if you want to go through the weft. But in some areas or some clips, you're going to see that I do go over and under, and it does make the process a little bit more faster. So it's really just up to you and up to your preference, so you could tweak it to your own. All right, so now I'm folding it over. A lot of people don't do this because they don't want to risk, cutting the wefts because of shedding. But I do this when it's towards the bottom, and it's not doubling, because I'm just basically folding it over and putting it, kind of stacking it directly on top. And I suggest that you don't double it, meaning like putting the track on top of the other track that you just did, because again, these are these are thin wefts, and this is only 1 pack. So if you guys like to double the wefts, then I would suggest that you get 2 packs. But if you do it the way that I do it, you will be able to just only and solely use 1 pack. But if you want it fuller than what you see after this is done, then you can get the 2 packs. Okay, but you're able to do 1 pack of hair. Okay, you're able to make a wig with 1 pack of hair. And again, I'm sewing through the material, and I'm making sure all the hair is out the way, and I'm sewing. And it's just basically my regular technique that I usually do when I sew all my wigs, if you guys haven't seen my wigs in the past. And just for your information, I do sell units, so you can check in the description bar below for more information, because I do have an Etsy shop. Okay, just a little plug there. And I'm using, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So now, yes, I'm using a pencil, and this is just basically to give me a guide to where I want the kind of quote unquote invisible part to be, where I want to stop, you know, when I'm doing the tracks and stuff like that. And I got this from a young lady here on YouTube. Her name starts with a D. I have to put it down in the description bar below. And she is a hairstylist, and she did her marking with glue because she used glue on her client, but I'm doing sewing, so that's why I'm using a pencil. And that's where I basically got it from. And this is where I basically got the technique that I'm about to do, that you will see in a moment. And that's where I got it from. And that's how she made her, like, her deep, you know, her bang part. So I'm basically giving credit where credit is due. Okay, as you guys can see, I'm using a 16-inch. Okay, and again, I use the longest to the shortest. Okay, and I started cutting my wefts as I got to the top of the head. And I know a lot of y'all do not like to cut the wefts because of the shedding, but this is so it won't be so bulky or anything of the case. Okay, and that's just basically about that. So I just basically start sewing and making sure that everything is in order. And I'm very anal about my sewing. So my sewing, I do sew kind of close together because I am scared that it will fall apart. All right, so I basically go in. If I have extra hair, I go in if I see any gaps and just fill it in with some hair, not other hair, with the same hair. Okay, as you guys can see here. All right, so now I'm going to use some more hair, and I'm basically going to put it down with the T-pins. And I know a lot of you probably still don't understand why the T-pins are necessary, but if you think it's too cumbersome for you, then don't use them. But it's also good for stretching the weft and making sure that you are not bunching as you are laying down the tracks, because that can happen if you're not, like, kind of like, you know, pulling it taut a little bit as you are sewing it down. It can bunch up, and you do not want it to bunch up because it will not look right, and it can risk your wig into being bulky. And your, you know, if you're selling your wigs, it can lead your, you know, your customers, you know, to saying that the wig was constructed poorly. So you just want to make sure that everything is, you know, legit when you are doing this. And as you guys will see, you're going to start seeing me sewing over and under the weft, because after a while I was like, I need to, you know, get this done. So sometimes, you know, sewing through the weft can be tedious. Even though the weft is thin, it can be tedious because you're, you know, sewing through kind of a thicker layer. But again, with the virgin hair, it is a thicker weft. So I would suggest that you don't, the only time you sew through the weft is when you first start off, you know, laying down the track. And then after that, you could do it over and under. But other than that, with the virgin hair, I would say don't sew through the weft throughout, because you will be working on that unit for like the whole week. And plus your hands will be hurting. And this is my first asymmetrical bob, y'all. And I did it asymmetrical on purpose because when I was done cutting it, it was uneven. I was like, you know what? It's just going to have to be that. So I will get better. You know, things happen. So it's okay. So don't judge me, y'all. Oh, sorry about all that. Dag. Okay. All right. So, here we are just sewing. So we're just basically sewing. I'm not going to talk through this. And I will be putting the closure on top. Is a closure that also came with it as well. And you guys will see that I did cut some of the weft or whatever, the extra material that was around the closure. And I will be closing the hole up. And you can also make your own closure if you like. The next time I will do that because the closure that was given was kind of thin. So the next time I will be making my own closure. If you guys would like to see that, you can let me know. But I will be putting the young lady's name down in the description bar below that I got the technique from. So she does make a closure, so you guys will see that. So I like to give credit where credit is due, so you guys can, you know, look down the description bar below and see, you know, how the young lady did it. And she's very inspirational and motivational, and I like the way she did the technique by laying down the tracks. But she used glue, and I just basically sewed, because me and glue are not friends. I've tried glue so many times, it's not even funny. I am not an expert at that. So yeah, maybe one day again I'll try, but sewing, I like sewing better. I like to give y'all guys close up so you guys can basically see how I'm doing it. Alright, so now we come to the styling part. I apologize for it looking blurred. This is, I meant to put it in autofocus, but it was in manual focus, but it will clear up soon, okay? I forgot about that. I'm sorry about that, y'all. But this is the styling part. I'm not a cosmetologist or a hairstylist. I always say that. So I just cut it to the best of my ability, and I didn't show as much because I was trying to hurry up and cut, and I was concentrating, and that's just basically about that. So, so I did the best I could. This was my first bob, asymmetrical bob, so you know, so don't judge me. So that's just basically about that. And this is the hair cutter that I used just to, you know, that's what the young lady used, and I was like, let me use the same thing. So I basically she motivated me to do this, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing, okay, basically. But it didn't come out like hers, okay? You know, I just tweaked it to my own, and that's just basically it. Did the best I could. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys, you know, maybe you could do this on your own or whatever the case is. But I really tried. I tried, y'all. But that's just basically it about that. And I do take the flat iron, and I basically, you know, bump it a little bit just to give it a little bump, a little style. And you'll see the end results at the end with pictures. And that's just basically it about that, you guys. All right, so don't forget to check the description bar below to see the young lady that I'm talking about, and also to find the hair and all such, you know, all sorts of goodies down there. Okay, so make sure you check it before you leave. Okay, all right, okay. So you know, look cutesy. It's gonna look cutesy, so you'll see. at the end, okay? All right, that's basically about that, you guys. I mean, the quick concerns was the last. That's comments on the marketing. Thank you for watching. Peace. Bye.